Okay guys, I have a problem. Hi guys, Josh here, welcome to Frames Per Second. Today we're doing a film stock mukbang, or an unboxing video, I don't know what you want to call it, but we've got a lot of film to go through, so let's start with our Kodak film. I have the classics with, we have Portra 400, and so we also have Portra 400 and 120 as well, Portra 160 and Portra 800. Now 800 is a different recipe to the 160 and 400, it's an older recipe based on the Vision 2 technology I believe, and so it does have more of a vintage retro look. And then we also have Kodak Gold. Now Kodak Gold is one of my favorite films, and it's also one of the cheapest ones. I love the color, I love the contrast, and it does handle light quite well. And then we also have some Ektachrome. We've got the Ektachrome G, which is what the new Ektachrome is based on. This one's expired, so it is a bit on the magenta side. I've already shot a roll of it. Ektachrome 100G in 120, which I've been saving for a shoot. And then we have the new stuff, which I have a second roll that I haven't shot yet, and I've been saving for a shoot. And then we also have the Kodak T-Max P3200, which we shot, another episode, so you can go back and watch that. But I don't shoot enough black and white, so I've got a few more rolls because I do want to test it in different lighting conditions, and it was a nice film, so I just want to do some stuff with it as well. Then we also have some Tri-X on 120, and I've already got a roll of 120 I've shot, but I'm saving for a development episode that will be coming soon, hopefully. Yeah, we got some Kodachrome that we're not going to be able to get developed for quite a while. There is a guy in the States who can do it, but I'm gonna save it. And then we have the Kodak Black and White, which is a black and white film that can be developed in C41. This is similar to the XP2, but obviously this is way more expired and they don't make it anymore. And lastly, for the Kodak, we have some Super 8 film. Now we have the 50D and we have the 500T. So the 500T obviously is tungsten balance, and that you can use either with lights or at night, and the 50D you definitely have to shoot in the day with sunlight. Now I'm borrowing a friend of mine's Super 8 camera. I've already shot a roll of 50D, so I'll show you the results of that in a future video too, so keep an eye out. Okay, so we also have a very special roll of Kodak Aerochrome in 120, and it's infrared slide, so I'm really keen to shoot this. I've got a special shoot already in mind that I'm organizing. Now we're over to the Fuji side of things, and Fuji, I love this slide film. So you got some Velvia 50. I've shot the Velvia 100 before, but not the 50, so I'm curious how that is. I might do a landscape shoot with that one though. Got some Provia 100, which I've shot before. Yeah, Provia is nice. It's definitely on the cooler side of things. Then we have some very, very expired Sensia. Now when Sensia is not expired, I love it. It's definitely my top 3 favorite films. But this Sensi is incredibly expired and has a very magenta cast. And I also have some Superior 800 Extra, which I like quite a lot. I'm a bigger fan of the 800 than I am the 400. Super HDV 100, which is an expired film, and it's a film that they don't make anymore, but I have shot a roll of it, and that's a future episode coming up. We also have some Acros in 35 and 120. And Acros is definitely one of my favorite black and white films. And then I also have a roll of expired Astia, which is a slide film. Now I've shot with this before, and that will be in a future episode too. But lighting conditions weren't the best that day, so half the shots aren't really usable. But it does have good color, and I am keen to shoot it again. We also have some C200, which I haven't shot yet. It's basically the alternative to Kodak Gold, but Fuji style. And I've heard solid things with it. Then lastly, some Neopan 400, which is a black and white film that Fuji used to make, and this is the only roll I was able to get my hands on, so I have been saving it. And so we've got the Ilford XP2 400 in 120. I've shot it on 35 before and I like the results. And we also have some Delta 100 because I want to compare it to Acros. So we also got one lonely roll of Arista EDU Ultra, which is a black and white photographic film, and it's 400 speed. And so I'm curious to see how this film is. I haven't shot with any Arista stuff before, so I'm pretty keen. And so we have some Rolly film as well. We've got the Rolly Variochrome shown here, which is expired slide film. And the results are very hit or miss with this one, so I'm keen to shoot it, even though I know it might not turn out amazing. We also have some Rolly Redbird, which is film that's been put in backwards. So instead of shooting the emulsion side first, you're shooting the other side of the film, which makes everything red and orange, and depending on if you're under or overexpose it, would depend on how it looks. The Rolly Retro ADS, which is a black and white film that Rolly do, I'm keen to check that out as well. We also have a lonely roll of lomography purple, which I'm saving for a shoot, and I'm going to be comparing it to Aerochrome, which is the film that it's based on. So we also have some Revlog Color, which is a film that's kind of been pre-flashed to have these cool kind of rainbowy colored effects to it, and so I'm keen to see how that turns out. And then also in this black canvas we have some JCH 400, which is a black and white film stock that I like. It's not the best black and white film stock, but I have gotten some good results from it that I wouldn't have gotten with any other type of black and white film. So we also have some Cinestill 800 that I'm gonna be saving for a trip I'm doing in January that I will talk about soon. I'll probably talk about what film I'm taking to shoot with. Cinestill 800 is some of that, and I'm going to be pushing it as well. We also have some Agfa film. Agfa, of course, was discontinued, and the last shipments have come and gone, and so pretty much you can only get it on eBay now. This I got before then, and so you have some Presea 100, which is basically Previa. We also have the Vista 200 and 400. I have shot both of them. They're fine. I'm not overly impressed with them, but they're solid films. They definitely have a vintage vibe to it. And I think I do like the 400 more than the 200, even though the 200 has a finer range. And so we also have this loading roll of Firma Retro Pan. So Tish shot the Firma Pan earlier in the year in one of our episodes, but this is Retro Pan, so I'm keen to see how that looks. It is supposed to look more vintagey, so you know me, I love my vintage stuff. So we have a whole heap of Washi Film. Now Washi Film is a really small film company based in France. And they do these really special, like, handcrafted films that are all really unique and different. And so we have Film Washi F, which is an X-ray film that has been cut to be used in 35mm. This is 100 ISO, and I'm really keen to see the results, especially because the highlights look really interesting with this film. And then we also have the S film, which is sound recording film that they've made so you can use it in your 35mm camera, and that just seems really fun to me. Like, we're shooting sound. It's film that wasn't meant for the visual elements, it was meant for audio. So I've got this on 35 and 120, and it's like this really interesting purple color, which I find hella interesting. We have some Washi V, paper-based film. It's Gampi paper, kind of like in the way you make prints with photographic paper. It's kind of like that, except different. This is going to be more textured, and I'm really curious to see how it turns out. To have some W, which is paper-based film. It's Japanese paper, and I've been saving this for a very special project that's very close and personal to me. So that will be a future video as well. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked today's video, and let me know if you've shot with any of these films, which films you like, which films you don't, which films you'd like to see me get and use on the channel. And guys, I'd love to make this channel more interactive. We have a Facebook page, it's in the description below, so please take a look guys, and feel free to comment with any photos you have of photos taken on any film stocks I have here. And any questions you have, please comment either below on the video or message me on Facebook, and we can have a proper Q&A mukbang that I might get some friends together for, because mukbangs are more about questions that you're answering. But anyway guys, I hope you really enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when there's a new video, and feel free to comment below on your thoughts on anything we talked about today, or even in previous videos, and stuff you want for future videos. Anyway, I'm Joshua Chow, this has been Frames Per Second. I hope you enjoyed it, and just get out there and shoot some film.